Okay, so Christian, you're back in Birmingham, which is close enough for where you used to train. How does it feel to be back?
Yeah, it feels awesome. Birmingham was always my place to get away. If I was coming to get my hair cut, I'd come to Birmingham. Obviously, go to the bull ring. There's a lot more to do than the Loughborough, so it was always my little getaway. And so it's really cool to be back, especially for the competition.
So the triple jump this year's come alive, really. Both you and Pedro both went over 18 meters. How did your body hold up after that competition in Doha?
Yeah, at the beginning, complete shock. I couldn't sleep. I became super hypersensitive. I was saying, "Oh, what's wrong with my ankle? What's wrong with my hip?" And then my coach was saying, "There's nothing wrong. You had a personal best, and at first you're going to be shocked, but you have to get back on it." And so I think I took about 2-3 days off of just doing nothing, just trying to collect myself. And then that Wednesday, just got back to jumping, and then everything was back normal again. And so he said, "Yeah, just take it slow, but we're doing everything correctly. Just go with it." And I went to Ostrava, jumped again, and then I said, "Okay, I'm back to normal. I'm human, and I'm ready to rock and roll again."
So you and your coach obviously have an incredible relationship. You followed him first to the UK and now to the Netherlands. What is it about your relationship that makes it go so well?
I think the fact that he got to know me. He's not one program fits all. He's very specialized and always been down to the details, and that's something that I pride myself into. I'm a big cleaner, and I focus on all the little details, so the nooks and crannies. And I think that's something he takes with sports. He focuses a lot of your outside life, making sure that it corresponds with what we're trying to do on the track, making sure you're getting the proper recovery, making sure you're getting the proper nutrition. So things like that he takes into account. And outside of that, I think just a friendship. Just if I don't want to talk about track, he says, "Okay, cool. Let's take Twitter away, let's take Instagram away, let's just go out there and just talk about skateboarding and surfing." He's from California, and so he's used to that lifestyle. And so I think, we can just talk about cars and just be guys,
I think I heard earlier in the press comments you said you used to skate occasionally to Alexander Stadium. Is that right?
Yeah. Usually anywhere here, I would bring my longboard. So if I come to London, I would just go skating around, and the streets are pretty good. So if the bikers can get on it, I try to stay out of their way. I'm not trying to cause any conflict. But yeah, I love skating, and it's just a way to just kind of clear my head and just get away.
Do you think we'll ever see you on the ramps doing a few ollies and so on?
Well, unfortunately, my coach isn't the biggest fan of it. He wasn't a big fan when I was doing it in Loughborough, and now he's really not a big fan now that I've jumped even further. And so he's trying to hold me off for the next 2 years, at least to the Olympics. He said after that you can go and be Tony Hawk, or you can do whatever you want, but at least give me through Rio. And so I said, okay, well, I'll dial it down a little bit. So I'm not jumping as much, and I'm not doing all the extracurricular activities as I like to do, paintballing and things like that. I'm finding a good balance.
Okay, well, best of luck tomorrow, and I hope to speak to you after.
Good to see you, man.
Cheers.